afternoon, good morning. Welcome to Army, welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to X people as well. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. Welcome to Arsenal News for the 3rd of August 2024. We're going to do a little bit of housekeeping and a little bit of updates. So obviously there's an announcement as well. So yeah, big up to Temi. Hope you're doing well. Big up, mate. You were in Stranraer for a couple of days. To Tuesday, I went to my first Stranraer game this season. Opened versus Spartans, ended 2-2. We're 2-0 up. Brilliant stuff. At least I didn't lose. I didn't jinx them. Yeah, that's a good idea. And yes, ESR has officially left. Unfortunately, I did say that unfortunately he was going to leave. Obviously, an emotional video. We all kind of expected it announced on Wednesday, I believe. But yeah, it's all done. All done and dusted. Right, let's move on. So the first point of order is, thankfully, this.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild.
So obviously, for people that are unaware, I have always wanted Arsenal to get a new goalkeeper. Thankfully, we've now got the 24-year-old Netherlands goalkeeper from Aston Villa, Daphne van Domzelaar. So yes, I'm delighted. I kind of expected to be number one. I don't want to be too mean to Zinsberger, but I kind of do expect it to be number one. But yeah, so I'm delighted. There was a little bit more on Arsenal women shortly as well, but yeah, we've got it over the line. D'Angelo, who was leaving anyway, she's actually gone to Aston Villa, so she's now their new goalkeeper. So happy days, or should I say AI puppy, Dr. Doom. I don't have much great news, if I'm honest, today. It's more of a chit chat about some stuff. So yeah, but like I said, I did promise that it will be two shows a week on transfer news. So yeah, look, it's positive news on Van Domzelaar though, so at least she's all right. Right, as the title says, Arsenal plotting a surprise move, or even two. Now, surprise number one, there is a possible surprise number one. This could be the forward. There is a lot happening behind the scenes. Now, what I will explain, I'm not saying this is all about Osimhen, but the situation with Osimhen is Napoli are doing their best to get Osimhen out of the door so they could get Lukaku in. Yes, that's not a made-up sentence. That is the actual fact. To get Lukaku in, they need to get Osimhen out. Yeah, that's right. So he's being offered to multiple clubs at the moment. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's our name is still in the hat. I still can't rule it out. Same with Gyökeres. Can't rule him out. I can't rule out Inaki Williams at the moment either. Even though Barcelona have obviously moved on. They've gone Dani Olmo. They're going to sign him. Inaki hasn't 100% said that he's staying at Atletico Bilbao. Just saying. So there is still that slight possibility that Inaki Williams may come through the door. So just bear that in mind. Arsenal are plotting something right at this moment because Nketiah is pretty much one step out the door. So because that is done, Eddie leaving, we can then move on to the forward target, which is what we're doing right now. How soon this may materialize in the media, I couldn't tell you. I'm hoping sometime this week. That's what I'm hoping. But yeah, do I keep saying Inaki? Nico, not Inaki. I don't know why I keep doing this. I do it all the time with them. They don't even look like similar. It's Nico. Thank you very much, Rafok. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I don't know why I keep saying Inaki Williams. I really don't know. I don't know why I keep saying Inaki. I always do for some reason. Nico Williams. I tell you what it is. Because every time someone says Nico Williams, the Welsh lad. Every time. But yes, that Nico Williams from Atletico. I know where he's from, but I don't know how much he's going to cost. For some reason, I always get the names mixed up. I don't know why. It's really annoying. Inaki Kana goes the other way for signing Ronaldo. To be honest, I thought Arsenal were interested in both. No, it's definitely Nico Williams, and it's definitely the Spanish lad, not the Welsh lad that plays at right back. Crikey. Right. Anyway, let's move on. Right. But yes, so there is a surprise happening at the moment. Whether or not we get it over the line is another matter. You know, these kind of deals are extremely hard. But what I do hope is there is some progress this week. There is no deadline apart from the transfer deadline, obviously. There is no deadline for us to get our signings in. So thankfully, however long it takes, it will take as long as it needs to. So I'm hoping for some developments this week because the other situation will probably tie itself up this week. I thought you were suggesting we're also getting the brother to Sweden. I need to like tattoo it to my brain. I honestly always get the names mixed up. That's why I literally just say William sometimes, because I will always mess up the first name. Big up to JJ saying hello, and Chris, look forward to seeing you on the coach to Gillingham. I'm not sure how much Chris is enjoying the thought of the coach trip, but I'm sure he's looking forward to see you, JJ. Right, let's move on to surprise number 2, because there is a surprise number 2. Right. So Mikel Merino will be announced, I'm pretty much sure, this week, probably quite early this week, if I'm honest. Shirt reveal probably could be pre-Leverkusen game. Definitely before Lyon, I would have thought. But yeah, possibly before Leverkusen. We'll have to wait and see on that one. So big up to Falco. So this is Falco. You definitely have to give Granville, or G Talks for everyone that knows him, all the credit here, because he's the man. I am just the voice behind the camera. But yeah, big up to Granville for doing what he does on X, and big up for him letting us stream there as well. So thank you for that, mate. But surprise number 2. So Mikel Merino may not be the only midfielder that comes in. There is a slight theory that there is a team that financially are not as well equipped as you may think. I'm trying to be very careful of not saying too much about it. So it might be an opening in the next 2 or 3 weeks, because this one could go to the wire, by the way, because yeah, there's just a slight chance that someone who was 100% not for sale could be available for a price. So just bear that in mind. So that could be another midfielder. I think a lot of it does also depend on Thomas Partey. You know, we are very open to selling him, by the way. There is no guarantees that he's staying. But yeah, it's fantastic that we are possibly getting another midfielder as well as Mikel Merino. My pleasure. You tops. Big up to you, Granville. I don't know why I'm calling you Granville now. I always know you as G, and I always say G as well. I don't know why I'm calling you Granville. Big up to Gary. Big up DWTT. Bobby clearly has his contacts at the moment. He's having the last laugh. Same with me with Carlisle, Liverpool, and F1 News. Exactly, mate. It's some people just do not trust. Maybe we can get Osherman on loan with obligation to buy, like we did with Rea. This one I guarantee will not happen. I guarantee Osherman will not leave on loan. Okay. Now, Napoli are well known for being extremely hard to negotiate with, and there's no way they will allow that to happen ever. You'd have to probably pay the most expensive loan fee in the world to get him, because that they would want a lot of money, and they need a lot of money as well, because they're doing quite a good rebuild at the moment in this window, and obviously they want Lukaku as well, who's going to cost a lot of money. So Osherman on loan, never going to happen. Osherman to buy, 100% could happen. I expect, I'll be honest, and I've said this to G as well, I expect Osherman and Gyökeres to be at different clubs by the end of the window. I don't know where their final destinations are, but I guarantee I think both of them will be gone. I think Gyökeres will be at a new club, and I think Osherman will be at a new club. I don't think either of them are staying at their current clubs at this time. Sporting Lisbon have done too much behind the scenes to say that they're not willing to not sell him. They're going to sell him. They've got to. And Osherman, we all know he has to leave because otherwise they can't get Lukaku for some reason. That is a better prospect than Osherman. Maybe they've got this deal where they don't want top goal scorer. Maybe I don't know what it is, but they want Lukaku. Leave them to it. So that is the surprise number 2. So just bear in mind we might get another midfielder in. And we'll cover some more stuff in a bit as well. Moving back onto the ladies, Rosa Kafaji next for Arsenal women. Possible. There is 3 big clubs. I think there's a couple in Europe as well that are after Rosa. She is a 21-year-old attacking midfielder from BK Häcken, where we got Black Stenius from. So we actually do have a good relationship with the team as well. This could happen. They're saying that we're favourites. I know that we want to strengthen our midfield. This is not the name that I'm expecting to be signing. There's another person that I've been told should be signing for Arsenal at some point. This is not the one. So hopefully we get her because she is very, very talented, Rosa. She's only 21, Swedish international. So I hope we get this. I hope she doesn't go to Man City or Chelsea, I'll be honest, because I think she will be an absolute nightmare in the WSL because she's very, very good talent. Right, let's move on to the next one. Any other news? Apart from we need people to leave. I know it sounds really horrible. I feel bad when I say it. We need people to leave. We do. We'll get on to transfers out in a minute, but with Eddie leaving, obviously that's why we're now working on the forward target. But we would need other people to leave. We would need, for that surprise number 2 with a midfielder, we would need Partey to leave. We could probably get away with getting Zinchenko out the door and bringing someone in because that's a squad player. So we could possibly do it that way as well. Jenny thought Nico was unavailable. In fact, it's a possibility. It's more than I expected. It's definitely not a done situation yet that he's staying at Bilbao. I'm going to say Williams because I'm going to get myself into trouble again. So yes, Williams for me, it's not 100% dead cert to stay. And I would say when people make statements, now I'll go with a couple that have said a couple of things lately. Pedro Neto has categorically said that he's not leaving Wolves. He's happy to stay. He wants to push. Not happening. I guarantee Pedro Neto will leave. And I can't say another one actually because I've just realised who it is. There's another person that said it today. Not 100% guaranteed. Just saying. Just saying. There's just not 100% guarantees when these players come out and say, "Oh, they're definitely not going to leave." Let's just say it could happen. Chelsea playing against phosphorus and chemical tractor planting Azerbaijan this season. Timmy, you should definitely. Timmy, if you've got TikTok, you should go and find Boots Bants, who's Ash, who's friends of the show here. Honestly, his stuff on the European, the Conference League teams is hilarious. Obviously, he's all doing it in jest. He's not mean in any harm, but honestly, his TikToks are hilarious. Timmy saying Sanogo, Nelson, Ramsdale, and all need to leave. We'll get on to outs in a minute, I promise. I know what you mean, Bobby, about wanting players to leave. Feels like you need to tell managers to drag them out, which I would do. Are you going to have? When you go to your Carlisle games? Are you going to have one of those shirts with Sam Lavelle out? A little placard every time you go. Big up to Gumza. Hope you're doing well, Gumza. Every player has a price. Statements are nonsense. Yeah, statements are absolute piddle pollable. I don't know why I've just come out with it. I've just created a new word, piddle pobble. No idea what it means, but it will do. It will do for now. Right, let's move on to transfer out. So I've put 2 players are currently on notice. Now, what I mean by this is what they've seen of them in pre-season, they're not impressed with. So currently there are 2 players at Arsenal Football Club. And to be honest, we're quite willing to let them go anyway. So, but there might be a suggestion if they continuously do not perform in the way that we need them to, we may actually physically go and sell one. Instead of just being open up to them being sold, we will physically go and go, right, this guy's up for sale. Who wants him? That much? Brilliant. Excellent. Out you go. Currently, we're not doing that. We're just open to offers. And the 2 players I'm on about is Zinchenko and Thomas Partey. They have not been impressive so far in the pre-season. The data team, the coaching team, not happy. Not as happy as they would like to be, because Thomas Partey doesn't look as fit as he should do, which is quite disappointing. Yes, I think he had some games that he was playing. Put me wrong if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he played a couple of games in the summer. But yeah, so Zinchenko and Thomas Partey are currently on notice that they could possibly be sold, which will actually help us at the end of the window as well. We could actually possibly get maybe 3 more players. So whoever leaves will be replaced. I just want to state that very clearly. Whoever leaves in our squad will be replaced now. Obviously, ESR is gone. Marino's replacing him. Nketiah leaves. Player comes in. Nelson leaves. Player comes in. Zinchenko leaves. Player comes in. It will just be continuously like that until the window closes. So the more players we get out, the more players can come in. That's the best part of it. Right, so let's move on. Nketiah will leave within 10 days. This will, for me, I get frustrated. And the thing is, people react very quickly when Romano or whoever tweets out. Now, the fact is, I think it was Moukoko that was announced this morning. Will be joining on loan. Now, does anyone actually think that all of a sudden, after 1 minute, I think it's like within 20 minutes, minute, I think, on the timeline, that the 3rd bid had been rejected by Arsenal, and all of a sudden they go in for Moukoko. Mokoko's been considering the offer from Marseille for about 3 or 4 weeks. Marseille wants a front line of 3 new signings. They've already got the person that I won't name. And Moukoko is now the 2nd, and Eddie is the 3rd. They still want him, and Eddie wants Marseille. So, look, at the end of the day, just ride the wave, because it's going to be a wave, and he will be leaving. I'm 100% sure, and I don't say 100% very often, I'm 100% sure he's going to Marseille. I'm just saying. It might take a few days, but I was adamant about Calafiori. I was adamant about Marino. Eventually, they all get done. Eventually. It just takes a while. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But the media like to do their little circus. I have a theory Walcott is a better finisher than anyone at the club at the moment. Temi, I'll be honest, mate. I really do wish that we had Theo, and when we played him, I do wish we gave him that striker slot. I think that's always going to be one regret, that we never gave him that striker slot, because I honestly do think he, finishing wise, he was great, and I think he would still be the best now at our club, and I think you're spot on there. Chris saying, like Newcastle saying, Gordon not up for sale, but that's BS. I'm still confused why we are after him. Gakpo and left wing Nunes and striker Salah right wing. I only think Diaz is leaving. Rather sign DM first, to be honest. Yeah, I get where yours coming from. Yes, I think Joe Gomez is going the other way, isn't he? I think it's 2 like separate deals. I think that's again to do with finances and stuff. Because Newcastle. I'll be honest. I don't know if people have noticed, but Lloyd Kelly, who signed on a free for Bournemouth, is paid a lot of money per week. People, I was quite shocked how much he's paid. I think he's like the 3rd highest paid, either the 3rd or 2nd highest paid player at Newcastle now. £150,000 a week. He's paid more than Gabriel is at Arsenal. It's absolutely mad. Nelson, Nketiah, Smith Rowe all weren't good enough at Arsenal for me. where they want to be. 100%, mate. Bobby, you may want to stop supporting Mercedes even next year because I had this conversation with Ed the other day. Actually, I said that will stop happening. I'll be honest. I won't. As much as I love Toto, that ain't happening. But yeah, when that happens, I will not be supporting Mercedes. Anyway, other news, right? So obviously need to talk about the possibility of Kvyat. Kvyat is still a possibility to leave. Ramsdale possibility to leave. Zinchenko possibility to leave. Thomas Partey possibility to leave. We've got a couple of youngsters that will leave. Patino, Norton Cuffy. Reece Nelson, I still expect him to leave. I think there will be some late bids on him. I wouldn't say late bids, but I think maybe a week or two. Some players have still not come back. There's still some domino effects that haven't started yet as well. So be patient with the domino effect, because there's a domino effect for left backs across Europe, by the way, not just the Premier League. This is across Europe, and Zinchenko is one of those dominoes. There's supposedly a goalkeeper domino effect happening in the Premier League, but I haven't actually seen that yet, so I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know. But maybe someone's leaving I'm not aware of. Maybe Ederson does leave. I'll be surprised if he does. And Chelsea are just pretty much buying every single goalkeeper they possibly can find. And then there's a lot of decisions to be made, like people who were going to be leaving their club, not leaving their club. Saudi Arabia haven't spent as much money as the Premier League expected yet. They have got £2 billion transfer budget. I expect their money to still come in from Saudi Arabia, which will have a knock-on effect for all the Premier League clubs, because certain players will leave that they may not were expecting to leave, and yeah, a lot of domino effect still. There's still 4 weeks, just under 4 weeks left now. Closes on the 30th of August. So yeah, Gomez, Newcastle, Gordon to us as separate deals, but still exchange. Blah blah. I like Gomez, but we have got the options at fullback with Houghton. But yeah, exactly. You've got some youngsters, some really good youngsters, didn't you? When it comes to fullbacks, your youngsters are amazing. I don't know how you guys do it. I wish we could do it sometimes. Right. Couple of interesting talking points. Emirates expansion plans. Obviously, Josh has been talking about what the possibilities are for extending the expanding our capacity. There is possibilities. Obviously, we need to sweet talk the council, but I do expect this to happen. I think it will happen not very quick, because I'll be honest, the council aren't the easiest to deal with. But for people that haven't seen the Emirates, there is an easy, fixable way of expanding without actually having a major refit. So I expect this to happen, but I do think it will take time. And Josh is just trying to maximize the potential of the Emirates, which I believe could quite easily get over 70,000, if I'm honest. Because we're on 60,000 now. I think we could get over 70 without being too much of an issue. So yeah, hopefully that will get sorted out, but I think it will take time, so just be patient, please. Improvement needed still commercially. Now, we are one of the worst in the, well, let's say definitely the big six anyway, for commercial deals. We do need to improve on this, because long term, we obviously do need to be self-sustainable. We also, at some point, not saying when, not say it's happening anytime soon, but at some point, KSE may just go, it's been a fun journey. Let someone else take the reins now. It might happen one day. It might happen one day soon. Who knows? But the important part of selling a club is the amount of commercial value it has. Arsenal is not great when it comes to it. We've got very big deals, but we don't have many of them. We don't have a very diverse portfolio of deals. We are getting better, but it does need to drastically increase, because it just helps us as well financially, in the transfer market. I'm not saying we're poor, because we're definitely not far. We're far from poor. And for that second point, actually, tune in on September, because I'll be explaining the whole transfer window to you in a way more detail than I can right now, because I'm kind of had my hands tied at the moment, but in September I can tell you more. So we just need to improve steel commercially, and that was basically my talking point on that. And I quickly want to talk about this absolute left wing kind of swing, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. So basically, G sent me this morning. I quickly had a chat. Now, Edu is going absolutely nowhere right now, and I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon either, if I'm honest. But Forest are looking at Edu as a potential sporting director for their multi-club portfolio that they've got. Now, look, Evangelos has got a great portfolio of Olympiacos and Nottingham Forest, two very good clubs, two with fantastic history as well. But Edu is an Arsenal man. And right now, this season, not going to go anywhere at all for me. Can he go in the future? Maybe. If he does, I don't think he'll stay in the Premier League, though. He's proper Arsenal. I don't think he'd want to be a sporting director up against his former team. He loves the club. He does. I know a lot of people don't like him, and I get it because they see him barbecuing and not doing work. But what do you think he does when he's not barbecuing? He's working. I think everyone's entitled to eat. I don't think it's going to happen. It's definitely not happening this season. It's not happening anytime soon. But yeah, possible in the future, yeah, and possibly I don't think he'll stay in England. I think he may go to like Spain or Portugal or somewhere else. Just, he does love the Mediterranean, so it wouldn't surprise me if he goes to Spain or Portugal because he loves it there. But yeah, basically, what I would say that the main talking point on this story was the fact that Evangelos just loves the way that Arsenal are working at the moment. And we are, if you look at our blueprint, we are doing an amazing job. We just now need to push on to that final bit of actually winning silverware. But our actual game plan and the way that we're doing stuff and the way that we're managing a team, like we're now the third valuable team in the world after I think it's Real Madrid and Man City. We're now the third, which is incredible. I guarantee if you did that 10 years ago, we would have been nowhere near there. So the actual, what we've got as a squad is incredible. So yeah, that's basically, I just don't think it's going to happen, people. I'll be honest. Right, let's quickly talk about Chris's points and then we're going to wrap this up. Even better, Slot loves developing youth. He does. Yeah, Arne Slot does love the youth. In terms of F1 transfers, I think we may see Max with Antonelli next year. Russell to Audi with Hulkenberg. Audi really like Russell. Alonso to quit, in my opinion. He's fed up. Ricardo and Perez at Red Bull, I see happy, which drops him all the way down to sixth best team. In my opinion, Tsunoda will go to Aston Martin, with Aston Martin having Honda engine soon. And Tsunoda Honda Japan link. Driver market going to be crazy and wild. I told people just because they are contracted for 2025 means nothing. No, it's going to be an interesting market then. So when will those movements start happening? At the end of August, Chris? Because if that is the case, I'm well up for it. But yeah, fantastic. Alonso is a fed up as a dog. Yeah, I can imagine. Right, guys, that is me done. It's been a very quick show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for the 877 currently listening. Really appreciate it. I will be back Tuesday. I'm going to pick Tuesday this week. So I think I've got Arsenal on Wednesday, haven't I? I think. So I think it's Tuesday. I'm trying to work out what day it is. 3rd, 5th. Oh no, the 7th is going to be Tuesday, isn't it? Hang on. 4th, 5th, 6th. No, it's fine. It's fine. 7th will be Wednesday. Okay, yeah. So I'll definitely be back on Tuesday with the news, and then Wednesday we'll be doing the Arsenal watch along with Leverkusen. Right. Appreciate it, guys. I will speak to you all very, very soon. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.